Are they strolling like noobs and fraternities?
All right, so I want to speed this conversation up a little bit, right? To help. And there's no shade to this creator. I'm just adding on to what she is saying and, trying to, help do the math. Give y'all a kick in the tuchus, if you will, if I might. Okay, so she was talking about how the fraternities and sororities or whatever is connected to Masons, right? It's in the name. Masons are fraternal order. It's a fraternal order. Fraternal order is simply that. It is a way for men in patriarchy to hoard power while involving world rule and spirituality, spiritual domination and world domination, right? Those things are neither good or bad. If you know anything about humanity, if you think deeply about being a human at all, you know humans need order. Somebody got to do it, right? Why not the Masons, right? So I would start off by suggesting y'all read books like this, okay? I in no way, shape, or form am a Mason or have never been in a sorority or fraternity. I don't do organizations. I don't do organized, organizations in any way, shape, or form. It goes against who I am. I like spiritual freedom, physical freedom, freedom of mind. I don't like rituals. I don't like hazing. I don't like being a part of groups. I like being autonomous and sovereign, being able to move and come as I shake, not represent a group. So that being said, I am not in any of these organizations. However, I have spent significant time around them, significant enough time around them, right? I don't know any secrets to what they do and I don't really care, but I know enough to know this. If you spend any significant amount of time around Masons, you know that their orders come from God. Boom. Humans a lot of the time call everything demonic that they don't understand. And it's a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of intellect. And it's naive to call everything demonic, right? We already know that there are elites who control the world. In order to maintain power and control, you have to have order. In order for patriarchy, fraternal order, to commandeer, right? Keep and maintain order, they have to have organizations, secret societies. Humans and humanity cannot handle certain amounts of information. This is why a lot of y'all need to call everything demonic, because you don't need to really understand, right? Those of you who want to understand, do your own research. I'm going to hit a couple points and you got to do the equations yourself, right? I'm basically giving you the end solution. You just got to do the math in order to really understand. If you've been around Masonic organizations, you know they often talk about ancient Egypt. This is the Kabbalion, right? Hermetic philosophy. Hermes is an ancient god of Egypt. Some may argue Egypt is in the United States. That's a different conversation. But moving on. Mama Watts. So this book is about the Catholic Church stealing from African priestesses and prophetesses, right? We all know that women dominate, the feminine dominate in the spiritual world. Yet somehow we are under fraternal order. So long story short is, as above, so below. This book will tell you all about that, right? I want you to understand, as a dark goddess, as a dark divine feminine, right? You have to be comfortable with your spiritual connection that patriarchy is not going to respect. So believe me or don't believe me. Don't make me know, never mind. Okay? Everything that they got, they stole from women. That's the math. And that's what this book talk about, right? Let's do some more math. Masons, while y'all are calling them demonic in the name of God, God is who they serve. If they run the world and God is the ruler of this world, who do you think they serve? If you spend significant time around Masonic organizations, whether that's Shriners, whether that's Eastern Stars or Mason themselves, I've had the opportunity to go to their balls, to go to some of their meetings, to go to their conventions. Okay? And you will often hear them talk about ancient Egypt and talk about these things. One thing secret societies know is they got to keep secrets. And they got to keep secrets from the average man because the average man and woman can't handle it. Right? So they lean into calling everything demonic that they don't understand. Yes, fraternities and sororities can absolutely be a gateway into Masonic order. Masonic order is fraternal order. All that means are men is in charge and they trying to do what they can to stay in charge. That's it. Because they stole it from you and they don't want you to be able to get it back. This is why I do what I do. Because eventually, humanity is going to be free. Eventually. I don't know how many thousands and thousands and thousands of years it's going to take. But eventually, humanity is going to be free. And women are going to take their rightful place, but only when women want to. Next, because I didn't finish my thought. Yes, it is a gateway into that, much like that Masons, all of these people, they have rituals, right? They have to know that you can handle this sort of information. They have to know that you are, what's the word? Loyal. That you can keep secrets. That you can maintain order. At one point, they didn't even let women in. Why? Because they stole it from women. And when you steal something, you have to do everything in your power to keep those you stole away from it. And more importantly, keep them from the knowledge that you stole it. This is why women are still running around pretending that men are their leaders. You know? As above, so below. If humans stole it, what do you think male gods like Hermes did? Stole it. Are you going to find that in a book? No. Again, take what I say with a grain of salt. Believe me, don't believe me. I don't care. That's up to you. I'm doing the math for y'all. I'm giving y'all, you can figure out how to do the equation yourself. There are also other ways to get into Masonic order. The main way is bloodline. Don't matter whether you are in a fraternity or sorority or not. Bloodline. If I wanted to be in a Masonic order right now, I could, but I don't because it goes against who I am. I'm a dark goddess. I'm of the matriarchal lineage. I would never join a patriarchal order. That's the only reason why. And if I did, I would use it to climb the ranks and take over. Okay? So I'm not going to do that because I don't even want to pretend that men are better than me. But right now, they're better than the collective of us because look, we under their order. You will often hear them talk about God, that you will often hear them read the Bible because that is where they get their rituals. She was talking about humiliation rituals. They get that from God, the God of Abraham. So while y'all calling everything demonic, you need to be calling it godly. Because who y'all are referring to is the God of Abraham, which is the God of the Catholic Church. Women, wake up, wake up, wake up. Everything I do is to wake up the dormant Kundalini energy in women, the serpent energy. That is what I do. To let you know that everything they know, they stole from you, put you under a spell so that you can forget, and then you choose to stay under a spell. Everything is the same thing in different forms. So don't waste y'all time being spooked out by Masonic order. Somebody got to run this joint. Or the animals would they would escape. Humans are the animals. Men have never been more spiritually in tune. Why do y'all think they put so much focus on the Black American again? Different conversation. And maybe even the blacks all over the Eastern Seaboard, this side of the world. I don't know. Don't care. Don't matter because I'm past that. I don't care about that. Identity is, human identity is null and void when you get to a certain level of understanding. Do your research. Stop calling everything demonic and learn. It's nothing scary about it. Okay? There has to be order. Somebody have to do it. Right now, we're under patriarchal order, which is fraternal order. And like I said the other day about slavery, they weren't going to be able to keep you slaves along. Fraternal order can't keep women out but for so long. Okay. The minute women are ready to wake up, guess what?